Sometimes when we want to describe a circle, instead of choosing the center and its radius, we choose the center and one of the points that we want the circle to pass through. In that case, all we have to do is figure out the radius. In this example, we have a circle centered at -2, 4, and passing through the point 2, -1. Now, our center is the one that gives us our values of h and k. Unlike with lines, we don't get to pick which point we're going to use in building our equation. We're always going to use the center for our h and k. Otherwise, we would get some other circle. If the circle also passes through 2, -1, then the radius must be the distance from the center to that point. Why? Because otherwise, that point wouldn't be on the circle. The radius is the distance from the center to every point on the circle, including that one. So the radius is, we'll take the square root of the difference in the x's plus the difference in the y's. Square each difference, take the square root. Working that out, we get that this is the square root of 41. The square root of 41, that looks pretty unpleasant. I might feel like I should try to simplify that. But actually, in my equation, I'm not going to use the radius. I'm going to use the radius squared. So the square root of 41 squared, that's just 41. We don't need to worry about the square root. Our equation is just x minus -2, so x plus 2 squared, plus y minus k, so y minus 4 squared, equals the radius squared is 41. That's our equation. The only thing different here is that we have to calculate the radius. We also use this when we have an equation of a circle if the radius isn't easy to just read. Take a look at this circle, for example. Here, if I were to draw the radius along a horizontal line, the radius is 2 and a bit. That's not really going to help me. I can't write 2 and a bit in an equation. However, this point is a point whose coordinates I can read. This point is 2, so my center, HK, is at 1, -1, and I have my point 2, 1 on the circle. And so my radius is the difference in the x's, 2 minus 1 squared, plus the difference in the y's, 1 minus -1 squared. Take the square root. So this will work out to be square root of 5. Remember, in the actual equation of the circle, I'm going to square that. The equation of my circle is going to be x minus, h is 1, so x minus 1, plus y minus -1 is y plus 1. Square both of those. And that equals the radius squared. The radius is the square root of 5, so that's going to be equal to 5. There we go. Equation of a circle based on the center and a point. And we chose that method because the nice points on this graph just are not on the same horizontal or vertical line as the center.